Word spread from the harbor of Port Bray, where the waves crest the hulls of great ships, to the distant banking clan, the capital of all trade. From peaceful Treville, sleeping on the threshold to the abyss, to the windswept halls of Sandrascu, where even the prisoners raised their heads in wonder. From wooded Azuri, where the arbor druids breathed life back into a burned-out land, to the kingdom of Kalail, where children played in the great old ruins. From White Sands, the devastated place of mankind's folly, to the white shores of Celea, encapsulated in ice and frozen snow. People came from all around to see this monumental event, for none in generations had ever heard of such a thing happening before. They came by every method that was available to them, on foot, by boat, or horse, even llama-back. The roads had never been so packed as they streamed towards the heart of Port Bray. Everyone wanted a glimpse. For the Hall of Kinship was being reopened, the Alliance forged anew. It was a harbinger to greater things, to a world like none had ever known. For mankind was rising out of the ashes, out of their dark and troubled past, and they would conquer all. The nether invasions, a blight on this weary world, would be vanquished. Would that elves and dwarves and treants could see them now! Mankind, in its youth, had turned away, and so the world had turned away from them. But it would be thus no longer. For if this world had any hope, they must stand together and fight back. They would raise their banner high in unity, resilience, and fierce resolve, and vow to never cast down their honor again. Perhaps then the elves and dwarves and treants would return and help rebuild this blood-soaked land. Hello there, and welcome back to my next episode on Vasten Dimensions. This is Mar, and we are once again in our storage hall to be. Haven't really done much since the last episode, except a lot of grindy stuff off screen. I started to tear down the coal and replaced it with netherbrick, which you really can't see after watching my last episode on, after I uploaded it to YouTube. It is pitch black up there. I can see it in game, but it does not look so great on YouTube. But I am replacing everything up here above this this line that I've cut out. All of this is nether brick. All of this is coal blocks. I have to tear that out still. But I ran out of nether brick, so I went and did a lot of grindy stuff. So we've got all of this and all of this. And you can see I've got the remnant of the coal up here, which I could probably put in another chest. Yeah, we need to tear down that coal and repurpose it for something else, I guess. But I think it's going to be better this way. I have a couple ideas of ways to light it up so that you guys can see that it's nether brick as well, and not just one big black blur up there. But that'll come later down the road. Since looking at a big black blob all episode long is probably undesirable, I'm going to do this off screen. I'm going to cut here in a few minutes, and I'm going to tear down the rest of this coal, replace it with nether brick, and then just use up all the nether brick that I have going around, see how far I get. It'll kind of give me an idea of how much more I'll need to complete this place. As you can see, we do have our tree in place. I'm assuming this was Sai. He said he was going to give us a tree, and I'm betting this is it. I think it looks fantastic. I like the use of the glass and the lanterns. It gives it a real cozy feel, and I think it fits the area very nicely. He's also been working like a madman over there. I was like, where's all my chests gone? I think that's where all the chests went. And the hoppers, by the looks of things. But that is some incredible storage over there. I'm not even going to pretend to understand what everything is doing over there, so I'm not even going to try. we're just gonna leave it and come back and work on this area in here. Now in addition to the walls, and hopefully I have some ideas. Like I said, I have some ideas for the lighting, so you can see up there. Hopefully if they all work out well, then that'll be great. I do have additional ideas though, because again, this is going to be a floating platform. The idea is that down there will be a simulated void. But then you got the, I mean, like, elves and even treants and everything. There is a magic in this realm, but I don't think you need to rely completely on magic. So I was thinking of using chains maybe to make it look like the platform is suspended by something. So I might look into that as well. And if I do, I'll probably basically just use what Fix has been using at other parts of the area. Just to, you know, stick with the same general concept. But I think I'll go ahead and cut, since I have to do a lot of nether brick placement and tear down the rest of that coal. So let me get at it, and I'll bring you back in a little bit. Hi guys. I may have gotten a little bit carried away. I guess this is my confession time. You know how I had, what was it, maybe a little over 2 shulkers of nether brick that I gathered this morning? Well, I may have used all of it. Let's take a look. So as you can see, the flat wall that goes from the ground to the first part where it starts to curve inward, this is fully completed all the way around, except where the doorways are. I have some of the pillars and some of the doorways in, and you'll see that, well, that staircase got in the way. That was kind of anticlimactic, but I have done the doorway leading into the dwarven area. Well, the dwarven and the human area. And I think it looks pretty neat, if I do say so myself. Surprisingly, these two decorative hoppers, are enough to light up the entire area in here. Now, of course, I've got torches on the bridge here. Eventually, we'll do that, and that will add even more lighting to the area. We've got lava. You can't really see it from the diagonal there, but we've got lava coming down the sides, which help pour out some light to the, to these parts. Hopefully that makes it a little bit more visible. I kind of doubt it does too much to help, but maybe just a little bit, giving it a little bit more of an idea of what it looks like on these sides, with all the very flat nether brick, which we're not going to leave like this. I have a couple ideas that I've been mulling over while I worked on this, and we'll get into that in a minute. But as far as the doorway here is concerned, it's pretty simple. I went with your traditional stone blocks, which happily blend with the textures, which at first I was like, wait, what are you doing? And then I looked at it a second time, I was like, actually, I kind of like that. It makes it look like it goes, I mean, it's basically seamless. It's, both the two block types are blending into each other really nicely, I think. So, and that's of course thanks to the texture pack we use. There's nothing, you come on this side, it's really ugly, because I'm using the blocks to hold the lava in, on either side of it. Down here, I was a little disappointed that there isn't any blending on the tops or the bottoms of blocks. You can kind of see that here as well. There's no blend on this line right here. Same thing on looking down. Not a lot of blocks have the blend from the top down either. So, but I still put in some smooth stone and some stone bricks, and I think it looks pretty decent as it is, with a nice variation in here. Of course, this is only in this section. I didn't go beyond the doors. Let's see, what else? I've got 2 of the pillars in place, and I chopped some holes into them so I could put lava running pretty much all the way along it. And you got a little bit that drips, and I think I like the drip effect, so that's kind of cool. And I got that one and that one like that. Got that entrance way, although I still need to carry this blue concrete all the way up here because it's essentially the same as these. They're just pillars that are arcing up to the top center. The ones on the polar axes are just pillars. The ones on the diagonals are going to be the doorways, and the grate, of course, that one's not going to really be like that. As far as I'm aware, I haven't really decided what design I want to go with over there. And I've actually wondered, I know I was saying we were going to do like lava and water and blue and magenta glass. I'm kind of wondering, maybe take the glass out. It doesn't feel very dwarven to me. I'm thinking instead of that, what about iron bars in lava, and then separate to that, glass and water? So lava and the iron bricks seem way more dwarven to me, whereas the glass and the water seem distinctly elvish, I guess. I feel like it goes well together, if that makes sense. So I have been thinking about making that change and swapping out that glass for iron bars instead. Now, I don't want to do the entire thing off screen. I don't want to, mostly I don't want to have to go in and get more nether brick because I've pretty much run out at this point. But I have been thinking about potentially what designs to use for the elven area and the treant area over there. So we're going to need a couple blocks here. Let's see what we've got. I mean, the treant one's definitely going to be wood-based, so we've got lots of woods right here. For the elves, probably just carrying on with the dark prismarine and the quartz, so I don't really know what kind, though. Let me clear out my inventory from some of this other stuff first. So that can go, that, and I know I'm making a mess of the inventory sorting system. It's just becoming a huge jumble. Actually, I need those. A huge jumble. Now I'm having a crisis. Let me think about this. Because I said glass was elven, but I'm about to put iron bars. Well, I guess I'm putting the lava in all of the pillars regardless of what's inside. It's more the door frame underneath of the pillar that is more themed for who, what races, the area is shaped for. So I guess we'll still need these iron bars here. I'll keep some trash blocks just for climbing. I don't think we're going to go with hoppers for lighting up outside of the doorways for either of the other two. I'll probably go with some sort of glass. And what does a sea lantern look like in this texture pack? Does it look normal? I don't think I have any handy. Would I stop placing torches everywhere? Let's see. Do I have any sea lanterns? Don't see any in there. I could probably make like one. Oh boy, that's not very many. That's glass, or that's ice. I can make a little bit more. Grab those. I don't see anything. Nope. Okay, so oh, it looks pretty normal to me. Yeah. And it doesn't change based on which direction you place it in. Okay. So I may go with sea lanterns and glass for the elvish area. Or just maybe those normal lanterns. I'm not sure. Oops, why am I clicking on the command block? That doesn't make sense. Let's grab some quartz. Maybe get some pillars as well. Some stairs. Some chiseled. Some slabs. Just for a little variety. Some dark prismarine. And some dark prismarine slabs as well. I'll come back for the glass if I end up needing it. I don't need those anymore either. Yeah, I don't think I need any of that stuff. And I'm just gonna, oops, I thought I hit my Q button. I should really change that, but I don't know, I'm too stubborn, I guess. I'm just gonna do one of them at a time. My inventory's not big enough to contain all of it. Now, if this is the elvish area and it's gonna carry on this quartz pattern, then realistically, we'll take this out. Oh, we lost the beacon effect. Sad face. Oh well. And let's see. We'll want to tear all of this area out and replace it with, is that my cow that I named? Hi, Mom. It is my cow. How did it get way over here? It was over at the Dwarven Gate last time I saw it. I mean the main entrance, not the new door that I made over there recently. Let's fill that in, just to keep things spawn free. Now it just occurred to me, I don't remember. Let's double check this real quick. Okay, so from that block we have 2 nether brick, then so two block gap, and then we've got a very tall pillar of this, and it looks like it's the only pillar, because next to it we have the block of, like, the quote-unquote block of choice for the pattern. Yeah, that would probably be good. I'll probably be using the prismarine, which may not work, may not look so great. We may need to switch gears and go another route. I don't know if prismarine blends with anything. So then this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it comes in 1, and then it comes in another one for another 4 blocks, it looks like. Let's try that. Let's just give that a whirl. So let's just use blocks of quartz for now. So this right here, oops, I did not mean to grab that, becomes the concrete, like this. I don't know if this really blends with anything. Actually, I should probably be, since I have the, well, I guess we don't need to, never mind. I'm just kind of like all scattered, I guess. I was thinking I should make this into slabs, but realistically we have so much of it, I don't know that I necessarily care. Let's do something like that. And that, okay. Let's see, what does that look like? You know, another thing I've been doing is chug-a-lugging this. Now, doesn't that look different? You can actually see what the ceiling looks like over here with this potion running. I found a bunch of them up in storage, so I brought them down. See, this is what the ceiling looks like. I'm not like 100% pleased with all of the shapes, but I think it works well enough. The important part was to get this section lined up perfectly so that it would look like it flows seamlessly with the rest of it, while still having the interesting curve going on for the, you know, because it leads to the great, to the big old gate over there instead of closing off the circle. But yeah, this is what it looks like when we've got a potion running. So, but it also helps see just in general while I'm building in here. So let's see. Does that look like it blends well, like that it looks normal there? I'm not sure that it does. What's this look like? Oh, well, that, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. It's kind of, honestly, it kind of looks like a log, like a white log. I gotta say, I'm not necessarily a fan. What are our other choices? I think that's it. Just the stairs. Do stairs look different if they're upside down? No. So it's gonna have to be either plain quartz blocks, or we'll need to use some of this chiseled. I'm not really a fan of that. I might be able to get, can we please take that? Thank you. I might be able to get behind using some of the chiseled, though. The only downside about the potion is the particle effects. It can get a little crazy. How's that look? I mean, I guess so. Maybe. Just a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. I'll put it in for now. I'm not convinced that I like it, but we'll see how it goes. Now the floor. How far did the floor go in? Let's take a look. I brought it in completely diagonal with those blocks there, so just 2 blocks. I mean, it doesn't have to be, it's not important. The pattern will be carried through the door, not just up to the door. But I just want to be consistent while I'm building it, so up to there. Let's just do one of those, and maybe 2 of those, and fill the rest in That is not what I wanted to put there. That. Okay. Now the question is, does anything blend? Cross your fingers, cross your fingers. Yes, it does! Awesome. What about the pillars? No, no on the pillars. Then I ain't using those. What about the chiseled? No. Okay, so we are going to use the bricks, which means I'm going to need more of them. Can I please? The middle click is a little inconsistent recently. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of that. Swap it out. It came out by 1, like that. Can I? Oh, well, I don't care. Whatever. Stay up there and die. And then it came out again, like this. And I need more. Of course I do. Of course I do. Couldn't possibly have enough in hand. Although it was kind of my choice to only grab 1 stack. Where are those again? Here we go. Let's just grab 2 stacks. That should be plenty for this doorway. And... oh, but I was going to try the prismarine too, wasn't I? Let's try the prismarine real quick. Let's see if it blends. Because this is more the floor pattern. I mean, I know I did stone bricks for the door and the floor over there. So that's fine. Let's just test it. No. Okay. Yeah. Then we will definitely be using the quartz. I think blending is a little more important than using the prismarine. And I still think it looks good. So I need something that I can scaffold with. You will do. Come on up. So came out and then 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And that, and then what? It looks as though I put 1 right here. And then we do 4 iron bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, which I may change. I don't have to stick with the iron bars. I do think using iron bars for the doors would make sense, so that's probably what I'll try. I could potentially use oh, I don't know, like fences or something there instead. So let's think about this. We're gonna need to put in the holes on the side for the lava to pour down. Now, where's the first one start? Looks like there's 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna have a 3 block gap. So like this. And then we'll close it. And then it'll go up 3. Like this. And then we'll have another 3 block gap. So 1, 2, 3, and then close it. You're gonna have to get out of the way. Thank you. And then fill this with iron bars. And same on that side. And then do it over here as well. So let's climb on up. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 3. Come on, switch to the netherrack, please. 1, 2, 3. And then we have our 3 gap again. 1, 2, 3. Just like this. Okay. And it essentially comes 2 above, yes, 2 above the nether brick. So, and then it apparently also does something like this. So let's come on this side. It's essentially covering up the netherracks that builds the frame. So the idea is that every netherrack you see, except for that random staircase that's right there, is essentially going to be, or what would be, the nether brick, the basic foundation of the room, like the background, like the building block that we're going to work off of. So everywhere we would see that, we would swap it out for nether brick and then fill in all the gaps that we have going on. And then on front of that, like these pillars that we're doing right here, it would become the concrete or the stone bricks or, you know, whatever. Now, the frame, the shape is not like 100% perfect necessarily. I probably should have come on down on this side so I could get that down easier. The frame isn't perfect. I actually already made changes over on the slope over there. I wasn't happy with the way it looked once I got working at it and whatnot. But I think it will, I think what we have now will suit our purposes. And then over here, we're basically trying to cover up all that netherrack back there, so that we can put the lava in and all that fun stuff. So let's quickly, since we can, where did that start? Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we do this, and like that. And we make our little doorway. And it's okay that it connects on the back side, because you can't really see that all that well. We will still need a light source, right? What was it? Right there and there. So whatever light source we come up with will be right there. Yeah, that I think that's pretty good. I think the quartz floor, if nothing else, will make it feel very, make it feel somewhat elven anyway. I realize it's not going to be quite as effective without the prismarine as well, but, well, there's not a whole lot I could do about that, because the prismarine didn't blend the texture. So let's see. 4 iron bars, yes, and then that one block, and that one block goes all the way up. Okay, can I reach up from here? No. Okay. Let's go up a little higher. And there we go. And now I just need to crawl back there and put in the lava. So let me quickly cut, because it's nothing fantastic. I just have to close it off so that the lava won't spill, and then put the lava in itself. So let me do that real quick, and I'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody. I have finished up here with the elven entranceway. If you've been watching my Wells Night series, this pattern here should look familiar to you, with the glass going all the way up and sort of an alternating, I mean, on the Wells Night server, it was kind of spiraling, sort of. But these, I think it looks pretty neat as it is. I may take it a little bit higher. It's kind of hard to know for sure where, how far to take it, because I don't, ceiling's not there yet, you know. I have also put in the lava on the sides. You can see the quartz blocks peeking through there. I liked it. Oops. Let's get back up here. I liked it over here, but it was a lot more subtle over here. I don't know whether I am particularly fond of it over here. It almost looked like they're lights. I may decide to switch that out and just go with the concrete there. I did make one other change. Well, actually, before I talk about that, I put in these slabs down here, not to prevent lighting. I mean, it's still, you know, the light here is more than enough for that. And it was more just to try and tie it more firmly together that this is the elven entrance. It doesn't really look all that elven, at least not as much as that other one over there looked like dwarven or human or whatever. I do like it, don't get me wrong. It's just with the I think it's especially with the concrete and maybe the iron bars, they may need to rethink the use of the iron bars, you know, especially right there, but even right here as well for the doors. I'm not sure. I'll mull it over. But I did make one other change. I had been talking about ways to kind of liven up these plain walls here. I had mentioned previously that we'll have statues somewhere, don't know where, don't know how big, or any of that sort of stuff. So that's one way of, you know, making this area look more interesting. Another way, as well as adding in, hopefully, just a teeny little bit more light, is this almost maybe cathedral or gothic window. I have put magma blocks on the other side, and this is black stained glass. The pattern of the black stained glass is almost unnoticeable compared to the magma itself. I think it just enhances the effect of the magma blocks, and you could still just barely make out the the animation. Once all this torch spam is gone, I think it'll really look a lot better. The animation of the lava or of the magma blocks back there, it provides a very little amount of light. I don't know. See, I'm always confused with all these torches here. I can't remember how much light passes through a magma block when a torch is behind it. I don't know if it's the full amount of a torch or if it's a slightly reduced amount. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't feel like it's as lit up as the lava back there. But I do think I still like it though, and it does give it a little bit of character. So in order to do this though, this was originally a 4-block segment, but I really wanted the window to be 3 wide, so I have widened it to make it 5 instead. It's just a very small tweak to the shape of the circle, and I think it'll work out just fine. So I'll have to do that, this exact same thing right here, over there, over here on both sides, and over here on both sides. So for a total of 6. Can't really do one over here or over here because the shape is very different. I thought about maybe trying to make this wider and make this a 6 or a 5 wide instead of a 3 wide, but I don't know how effectively that would work. Let's see. Can I have another potion, please, so we can look up there? There we go. I mean, it widens to a 5 up here anyway, so we might be able to do it. I don't know. I'll probably play around with something like that. The more I think about it, though, I know I just literally just said I don't think it's gonna work, but now that I'm thinking about it a little harder and I took this potion, I'm like, you know what, that could probably work. What do you know? So maybe I'll try that out as well. Obviously it wouldn't be in the same position relative to these pillars as the rest of them will be, but I think it will still do the job, if you know what I mean. It'll help fill in some of the space here. If you have any ideas for other things we could put up against the walls, feel free to shout it out. Just remember, we're already planning on having some sort of statue stuff going on around here. Don't know where. Don't know any of the finer details. I've also thought about other ways of lighting up. I was thinking maybe some sort of crystals, like crystal forms. To get an idea of what I mean, I would recommend checking out Wells Knight's way back in season 4. He had this like throne room built underground, kind of like a dwarven base, and he had Scar come over and totally give it a makeover, and Scar added in these incredible crystals, like I really don't know, like shards, I guess, sticking out, like very large shards sticking out of the ground and everything. And I don't know whether he had like sea lanterns or anything like that hidden behind it to provide lighting, but that's kind of what I was thinking I might try to do. So that's an option as well. Unfortunately, we are out of time, so I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you like how the Hall of Kinship is coming along, and I hope you keep coming back for more. But until next time, I hope you have a fantastic time, and I'll see you later. Bye!